If you're watching this video, you probably have a data-centric project and are wondering if AI or ML could help you. So I want to talk to you about what ALCHEMI Labs could bring to the table. We're going to talk about three things today. First, who and what is ALCHEMI Labs? Second, what services do we offer? And third, what's the secret sauce? So ALCHEMI Labs is best conceptualized as an AI consulting firm that happens to operate in an academic environment. My name's Andrew Gonzalez, and I'm a board-certified vascular surgeon. I'm NIH funded through a K-23 Career Development Award, as well as through the CLINAC program, and I've previously been funded to do computer vision work under a K-12. I have interdisciplinary training in medicine, law, public health, and health services research, including 7 years of clinical training and 6 years of postdoctoral fellowships. My passion is preserving patient-centered physician autonomy to ensure that we have a good doctor-patient relationship that allows physicians to practice at the top of their licensure. As clinicians, we have lots of nightmares. So many, we have to categorize them into different arenas. For PAD, mine is the bone is cold legs. For aortas, it's that somebody's going to bump the clamp and we're going to lose proximal control in the middle of an open rupture. But for physician autonomy, my nightmare is that the tech bros and the PE bros are going to combine forces and result in a world where the AIs are talking to the patients, the robots are doing the cases, and most physicians are relegated to menial tasks for our AI overlords while we await the next malpractice lawsuit. And worse yet, we aren't going to have the ability to dig ourselves out of this hole because we lack the tools, processes, strategies, networks, and policies that are going to allow us to regain our autonomy. On the other hand, the dream, if you're going to be living my dream, is that we all operate at the top of our license. We use AI and ML to automate boring administrative work and data collection so that we can do high-quality care and high-quality research, and we spend our time on the human-to-human aspects of medicine. To that end, I work with my co-founder, who would be considered like a CTO in a traditional startup, Shantanu Dev. He's got 8 years of industry experience as a founding member of the PwC AI R&D team, as well as holding the rank of senior manager. He's currently CEO of Satsang, where he has validated multiple AI and ML models for multiple Fortune 500 companies. So what differentiates ALCHEMI Labs? We bring together the traditional areas of knowledge required for any data science project. At the organizational level, this is not particularly common. For instance, if you look at McKinsey, they have hacking skills and some skills in statistics and study design, but they don't have full-time clinicians who are employed to help you with your projects, much less people who are in your specialty. At the individual level, I would argue that this is almost impossible. It's basically finding a unicorn, and if you already have that person, chances are you wouldn't be watching this video. From an efficiency standpoint, ALCHEMI Labs is particularly unique because we both have statistical knowledge as well as knowledge of study design through formal training as well as through industry or clinical/academic practice. So we want to help you close your gap. Gaps generally come in three flavors. The first and most common gap is technical, which means that we are somehow limited by time, money, or personnel. We could do this task for data extraction from the electronic health record, but we just don't have 500 medical students that we could hire for the entire summer. The second is an implementation gap, which essentially means we know what to do, but not necessarily how best to do that. The way you can think of that is a series of A/B testing to find out the best optimized deliverable. And then the last area, which is pretty rare but can happen, is true data-driven knowledge discovery. So what type of services does our lab provide? We have broad expertise in natural language processing using deep learning, as well as computer vision, also using deep learning. Essentially, we're solving this 2x2 table. So by way of example, if your input type is an image and you want an image as your output, that's something that's called semantic image search. For instance, let's say that you have a pre-intervention angiogram and you want to know where the post-intervention angiogram is. You could either scroll until you find it, or a better way would be to ask a model, show me the post-intervention film. These are the types of pipelines that we would be able to build with your data. Secondly, let's take a different box there. So let's talk about text input and text output. classic task is text summarization. So we can map the information that you have onto a usable clinical ontology. For instance, here, the operation that was performed, the indication for surgery, the ischemic category, which you would define, and then the Rutherford or Fontaine class. So we would help you generate a prompt such as this. We would do prompt engineering and experiment tracking for that realm to ensure reliable outputs. And then the ideal would be a table like this, which we would then help you validate so that it could be ready for publication or for clinical use. So lots of people have various different puzzles and hurdles that they have to overcome. And on top of all the other clinical work that you have to do, or all the other even research work that you have to do, sometimes you realize that you need help in the form of being able to scale your impact. We help you with that by providing the tools, processes, and strategies that you need in order to be able to add a few zeros behind the N's for your average study. We apply our clinical knowledge and hacking skills to be able to develop these tools, processes, and strategies that are contextual for you, that work in your environment with your data. Thank you so much, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.